guys. I am just hanging out in my jammies. It's like 8 in the morning, and I was just realizing that it's day like 60 of out of body episodes and interdimensional experiences and just being in this altered state. So last I checked in, it was like day 28, so obviously that was a long time ago. Kind of crazy to think about. But a lot has happened, and I'm just so much more at peace with where I am, even though it's scary and even though, you know, it's lonely. Um, Part of that is just because, I have isolated myself from everyone since COVID started, and I haven't quite ventured back out into the world. I think that acclimating to this altered state is really key, and I think that I'm finally at a place where I can go out and have a normal life. Normal. I'm never gonna have a normal life because I'm not normal, but have some kind of semblance of normalcy back in my life. And part of that is just like really, really owning where I am, because I can't go out into the world without acknowledging where I am. Otherwise, I'm going to be in misalignment, because like if I'm not talking about where I am and I'm just pretending like it's fine and I'm normal again, that's not going to work. So instead, what I'm realizing is that I'm coming to the end of a very long journey. This started basically 6.5 years ago, when an abusive relationship I was in ended. I ended it, thankfully. And a bunch of really crazy shit happened to me. Basically, life turned me upside down by my ankles and shook me until everything fell out. My pockets were empty and I was upside down and just grieving, and like all my ego, all my, identities falling away. Just no support really from friends. Very little. It was like all my friends kind of fell away too. Just a really traumatic time. I lost my business. I lost my house. I lost my relationship. I mean, it was a good thing, but it was still painful. And I bought a one-way ticket to Thailand, and I traveled for 6 months while I was a total wreck. I was a shell of myself, but I had this amazing experience traveling while I was in that place, and I came back, started a new life, and I've been building my way back up to some stable place again. And during that time, all trauma has like come to the surface, and I've had to battle so many demons and deal with so many physical issues and chronic pain and just some crazy stuff. And so, yeah, I've been fighting really hard to get where I am right now. I'm very proud, actually. I think that's the first time I've said that. And I'm going to try not to cry, just because I want this to be uplifting, and if I start crying, it's going to become about something else. But man, it is emotional. It is extremely emotional. Especially, all right, I'm just going to cry. Especially when I look back and see the self that I was at the beginning of this 6.5, like 7 years ago, like I said. Just like, she's a different person. And a part of me just feels so much compassion for her. Like, and another part of me looks at who I am now from her vantage point, and I'm so impressed with how I've turned so many negative experiences into something beautiful, and I've harnessed so much difficulty and adversity and created art and poetry, and I've turned it into insight and wisdom, and I've used it to elevate myself and refine myself and heal. And that's a huge accomplishment. It's incredible. And only I will really know the gravity of how big that transformation was, because I'm the only one that really lived through it and knows all the things I've experienced. But either way, I kind of feel like I'm at a graduation point where I'm ready to don a new hat. A hat of a teacher, a healer, a spiritual guide, especially after being in this altered state for 60 days and on a larger scale, sporadically through the last 6 years. I've been navigating territory that a lot of people have never even seen. And I can guide others now, So I'm graduating. And part of that is letting my old self fall away. And part of that is letting go of the fear that, I'm not allowed to do this, or that certain people from my past are going to judge me. I'm like, who cares, right? God, let them go. I need to let anything go that's holding me back, that's weighing me down. and really just step into this new phase with pride and with grace and with honor and like humility, you know? It's such an amazing experience, and I wish that there was someone here to like be able to tell me that I've graduated and put that. It's like I've been waiting for someone to tell me that, but it's I'm the one that needs to tell myself that and give myself permission to graduate and to acknowledge it, you know? And part of that is acknowledging it publicly, because for me, humility is a very big part. Vulnerability and humility is a huge part a huge part of this transition, and it's like shaping me into who I am. And I know this type of thing pushes a lot of people's buttons, you know, crying publicly and sharing a lot of details of your personal life. Everybody does things differently, and this is something that I'm being told to do. Some higher part of myself, God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. This is my destiny, you know, and I need to stop running from it because other people might not understand it. And I need to recognize that the people that will understand it are the people that I'm doing this for. And that the rest of the people, if I lived my life for other people, I wouldn't be anything like I am now. I've never been that type. I've always created a little pathway off the main pathway and been like, what's up here? I've always been a pioneer and doing things my own way, and I've always created my own reality, and I've always manifested way before it was like, you know, a hot topic, because it's who I am. It's just who I am. And I need to stop pretending that I'm not powerful. And that's hard for me to say. But I am. I'm extremely powerful, and I'm ready to own that power and accept my graduation hat and step into this new phase with grace and with, like I said, with humility and gratitude. So much gratitude for everything that I've been through and for the strength that I've found through all of it. So, thank you for witnessing this. This is one of the hardest videos I've made to date. And I'm struggling with owning this and with sharing it publicly, but this is the work. And that's what I'm here to do. Shake things up and make people uncomfortable and make myself uncomfortable and do it anyway. So, I graduated. Fuck yeah. Thanks for witnessing me through some of this or all of this, whatever I've shared. Stay tuned for more, and best of luck on your own journey. I'll see you soon.